Okay, as promised, here is question 5, and this is what it says. The cumulative frequency diagram shows the ages of passengers on an aircraft this time, as opposed to the train in question 4. Use this diagram and your results from question 4, and that was all about trains, wasn't it? And to draw two separate box plots on the same axis, in other words, to the same scale, otherwise you can't compare them. Hence, compare the ages of travellers on the train and the aircraft. So, okay, so we're not going to preempt what the final answer is going to be. We've got to get our box plot first sorted. But before we can get a box plot sorted, we need some data. We need, just to refresh your memory, the median, the lower quartile, the upper quartile, and the IQR will be expressed in terms of the width of the box itself. So we need to get these 3 bits of data here and 4 bits of data here, then we'll use it to make a box plot for the passengers on the plane. So here we go. We've got 200 passengers this time, not 400 on the train. So the median's going to be, well, obviously the middle chappie, that's that one right there. Let's go red, it stands out quite nicely. So the 100th person is going to be express the median age of people on the plane. So that comes straight down like that. Again, not perfect, but you know, there's possibilities and limits thereof. So I'm going to make that about, I think there's 2 squares to make, 2 years to make 1 square, so that's going to be about 26 approximately. So I'm going to say the median age there is going to be 26 years. Just while we're talking then, the median for those that go on the train is 47 years. Already we have a difference. Now we're going to do the lower quartile. Now just let me introduce the proper symbol, the lower quartile. The median is symbol Q2, the lower quartile is symbol Q1, and the upper quartile is symbol Q3. Alright, so that's going to be, if you like, the lower quartile. I've always called it LQ, but in true symbolic fashion, it's actually, you know, the first quarter. You know, the median is the second quarter. So the 2 quarters make a half. In other words, the halfway mark, and the third quarter, of course, is 3/4 of the way up the scale of cumulative frequency. So that's going to be the upper quartile. Is that all right? So here we go then. So the lower quartile is going to be as follows. Let's just calculate it, well, read it off rather. So a quarter of 200 is obviously 50, so I'm going to plant it about there. Nope, too low. Plant it about there. Too high. This is hard, isn't it? Plant it about there. Oh, I've got to make a go of it. Let's just see what happens. Let's just go with that for now. It's really hard to read off this little thing. So that's that one. So between 10 and 20, that's about 15 years. Is that all right? So low quartile, 15 years. Upper quartile, well, 3/4 of 200 is going to be 150. Sorry. So let's just go to 150, 140, 160. 150 is about there. Oh, I'll do better with that one. Hit the line, come down, and that's that. What have we got then? Go across, hit the line, come down. Again, between 40 and 50, I'm going to make that 45 years of age. So that's all the data I need to make my box plot. And of course the IQI is going to be 45 take away 15, 30, but that will come up when I draw the box plot anyway. Now I've got to try and draw this live on a video right now and compare them onto the same scale. Now the ages go from 0 to 90, as do the ages in question 4 go from 0 to 90. So I reckon my line, my scale won't be more than 90. So if I take one of these and keep it out of the way and do this, again, it's all very, very live, and if I make that 0 and that 10, this is the scale I'm going to work with: 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Now I'm not going to plot anything on the line, I'm just going to use it as a measure against which I can do my box plot. It doesn't matter this is overshot at all, and this is ages. Now let's just put the data first for the passengers on the train. The lower quartile is 19. So 19 is going to be, again, let's try and change colour here. 19 is going to be approximately there. Again, very difficult to draw. In fact, let's just use a straight line facility. Might help a lot. So let's just try that. So 19, doesn't matter how fat the boxes are, as long as they're the same, doesn't matter. So 19, and the upper quartile is 62. So 62 is 2 squares above 60, I guess. So about that. No, not clear enough. Go over one more. Really hard. Then we just join the two ends to make a lovely little box like that. Nope, do it better. Oh, it's really hard. Let's try again. I'm going to live with that one, it's alright. Now, make it a bit bigger. Just in the line, good. And of course, the minimum age is going to be 0, and the maximum age is going to be 90. So that's that. Let's just draw in the whiskers, because it's a box and whisker diagram. So that's, there you go, 0 to 90, lower quartile, upper quartile, and the median age was 47 years. So let's just put in the 47. So 47, 45, 47. I'm going to plant about now. It looks like 46. Go across a bit. Won't let me. Bit more. Try. 47. Okay, I'm happy with that. So again, age range 0 to 90. 90 take away 0. Range of 90. Overall spread. IQR 62 take away the 19. I think it was. That gives us an IQR of 43, and the median is 47 years. So that's going to be the train figures. So if I put train there, that'll be fine. And in a different colour, I'm going to do the passengers for the aircraft. So here we go. I better work in black then. So let's just do the figures. Lower quartile, 15 years. So 15 years LQ. So just make it, you know, the same sort of size. There it is. Again, I'm using the same scale. I'm between 10 and 20. That's 15. And the upper quartile is 45, which is right here. So 45 is, well, it's easy. It's on the line, isn't it? Just join the ends like that. Get a pretty little box as follows. And the range is exactly the same. So I'm going to come over here, back down to 0. It starts at 0 and goes up to 90. And then up to 90 like so. Finish off the whiskers. That's that. And that is the, what's this all about? Aircraft. Okay, so with a plane. Could be helicopter, you don't know. Oh, honestly. Aircraft. I'm trying to do too many things in one go. Aircraft, there you go. So that's that aircraft. And let's get the median on there as well. The median's 26 years of age. So 26. That's 20, 25, 26. It's going to be 1 square across, and that's that. Just to be sure, we should label the bits and pieces really, so I'm going to do that now. So back to blue. I've got, it's going to make a mess, isn't it? No, it's alright. Let the examiner judge that I've measured it correctly, because I've used a scale, I've constructed a scale, and let's get rid of that little blue blob there, whatever that is. That's got to go, I don't like it. Delete. Yes, technology is wonderful. Right then, so there we are. It's taken a long time to do this little bit, but it's important. Just to reiterate where we've come from. This is the data for people on a train, and that's their box plot. And this is the data derived from reading off this cumulative frequency diagram for people on an aircraft. Now, I've drawn my box plots. That's grade B. I've got to compare the ages of travellers on the train. Let's state the obvious thing. And right, so first difference I'm going to see, look at the median. The average age of people on the aircraft is less than the average age of people on the train. So on average, you can use words like that. We're not working out the mean using group data, we're just using the median. On average, people on the aircraft are younger. And if you want to say things like I don't know, 26 versus 47, was it? Yeah, 47. Then you can state it in black and white. But on average, people on the aircraft are younger, or people who fly are younger, or you can say people who use the train tend to be older. Don't say the same thing in reverse and expect to get more marks. Just say it one way and stick with it. Now here's another key difference. Who's got the bigger box? The train people have got the bigger box. In other words, they've got a bigger IQR. Look at it. Interquartile range of 30 years from 45 to 15. Here, an interquartile range of 43 years. That's a lot difference. And the whole point of the box plot is you get a visual picture of what's happening with all this data. So there is a wider spread of ages amongst those who take the train compared with those who take the aircraft. So I'm going to state just that. There is a wider spread. Now please don't use the word wider range because you're taking this from the interquartile range. So show that you understand what range means and use the word spread. There is a wider spread of ages on the train. Or you can say there is a narrower spread of ages amongst those who travel by aeroplane. But okay, that's fine. Two comparisons, that's all you need to say. And it's always about the median, and it's always about the spread. And please note, don't bother about the spread from 0 to 90, since the overall range is identical. 90 take away 0 is 90, and 90 take away 0 is also 90. So the raw age range is exactly the same. It doesn't say a great deal about what's happening in the middle half of the population or the middle half of the sample. So that's a far more useful measure. The grade B measure of range is the interquartile range, and as you can see, the picture gives it away. That is a much bigger chunk of width than that little chunk on the aircraft. So reiterate, on average people on the aircraft are younger, but there is a wider spread of ages on those who travel by train. And now I'm going to stop and use a third video for question 6, because that relates back to the data of question 4 originally, and so I will do that quite soon.